Hey everyone, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today and joining the Craft Stash End of Summer YouTube hop. So myself and the team have got together to bring you lots of fun tutorials. There will be techniques, fun folds, 3D projects, all sorts. So in the description box below, if you're just joining and starting the hop here, you will find a list of all of the participants. You'll see an arrow, it will say you are here. So after this video, you want to then click on that one below and then watch their video, and then they will direct and encourage you to then click on the person below them and so on. And basically by the end of it, you would have gone right around in a circle and you would have watched all of the different videos, enjoyed all of their tutorials, and maybe treated yourself to some bargains, because everything we're using is end of summer product and we've been able to get some really good discounts. So it's heavily discounted, plus VIPs, you will get your extra discount on top. So if you're not a VIP and you'd like to get a little bit more off, all of that information will also be shared below this video. So share the love, make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so to each of the creators. Some are new, some are just still building their YouTube channels, so all the support is greatly appreciated. This card, if you've not seen it before, is using my 3D Delight, and I've teamed it with my Under the Sea paper collection. This one will all fold flat and it will fit into your envelope. I talk you through the kind of the different heights. I've ended up going a bit higher with mine, but you can fit this into a 6x6 envelope. And then when they take it out, the whole thing will just pop open. And then they've got this beautiful card to display and enjoy. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So this is the Under the Sea paper pad. You've got your topper sheets and then you've got all your different scenes, and you've also got some full sheets there as well. So there's 24 sheets in this one, 4 each of 6 designs, and it's 190 GSM. So I've already gone ahead and chosen this one here, which I've cut, which is from this one. It's the top of that one there. And I'm probably going to cut some of the little bits out of here as well, and yeah, fill it with lots of decoration. So I've already prepared that piece, but I'll talk you through that more in a moment. And then sentiments, and then this is the 3D Delight pop-up. So I've already gone ahead and cut everything, and I'll just talk you through everything that you need to cut. So you want to cut this one here with the tab, the largest one. You want to cut that twice. And this is like a 270 GSM cardstock, so I've cut those two. So like I said, cut that twice. You want to cut your largest circle here. So I've already cut that one. You want to cut 2 of this big die here. So you can see my 2 there. And then I've cut this one. I think I'm going to use them. These are your attachments for you to build up more of the scene, so you can attach other things to this. So I've cut 2 of them. Like I said, may use them, may not. We'll see. Then I've cut the base mechanism piece in the blue here, so just a slightly different shade. And then again, this one, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it, but I have cut it in the white. And that's the large scallop one there with the score line through the middle. So that's everything you need to cut. I then always like to go back over anything where there's a score line. I just like to go back over it again. The dies can only put so much pressure into the cardstock, and with this being a heavy weight, you probably just find you get cracking. So it's always best to go back over it with your scoreboard. And I've done that already on all of the other pieces. You just want to burnish everything. Go over, like I said. And you want these to be folded like so. We're going to stick those back to back. Do that in a minute. See this one here. Also with your little tabs, if you're going to use these, this is where these like little mushroom pieces slot into. It's always worth just kind of opening that up like so. But if you're not going to use them, then you don't need to worry about that. And then again, just fold your tabs and the sides there as well. Okay, so get that all prepared. So first of all, I want to decorate one of these. So I'm going to stick this one on here. You want to make sure the tabs are facing at the bottom. These will slot through these ones here. This one here I'm leaving empty for the minute because it may well become the area where I have my space to write my message, or I can just cut another one of these scenes and stick it on later. Even when it's, you know, all made up, you can still do that. I cut this one using the matte layers in all of those. I'll show you in a second. Let's just quickly stick this one down. I didn't actually say which die I used for this one. So in here you'll see you've got a matte and a layer. Again, with the next tier, which is this one here, you've got a matte and a layer, and then the top tier you've got a matte and a layer. We're just doing the single tier, but they are all in there. But I'm just doing that one layer there. Okay, I'm just going to pop that to the side, leave that to dry. And then this one here, you want to fold it so that the tab is facing out at the bottom like that, and then these two are also facing out in the same direction. Do that with the other one, but you're going to then stick them so they're back to back. I'm using my construction glue again with this. This is the support that will pop it all out, so it does kind of push itself against this, so you want to make sure that it's nice and strong. So a good heavyweight cardstock and that construction glue is what you'll need. Make sure it all lines up. This will probably get trimmed down as well, but that's what I'm going to start attaching, you know, all the different kind of characters to. I don't have a huge amount left. It's the end of my pack, but I think it's good to use things up. I have lots of cards using this collection, so I will have an Under the Sea playlist, and I will link that up here. So if you're new to my channel and you like the look of this, head over to that playlist as well, and you can see lots more inspiration and different cards using it, because it doesn't have to be used on this card shape. I just thought it would work and be a nice style to use. Okay, so whilst that's drying, you want to take this one, and it's going to slide over this one here, and then these tabs are going to stick all around like so. So just take that back off again. Okay, and again, just going to add my glue like so. Slide that all down, and then just bring them up. Make sure you're pushing that down into the fold at the same time as kind of fold, you know, bringing these tabs round. Okay, so just leave all that now to dry. Next, I'm going to stick these together. So you just want to run your glue down one of the tabs there and stick it under the next one. Again, just leave that to dry for a minute. Make sure it's all nice and straight. Okay, we'll come back to that in a moment. If you want to add these, you want to do this now. So these will slot through. They're snug deliberately because you want them to stay upright. So that when this pulls down, you'll see you've got these kind of platforms to attach more decoration to. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut another two, because if you back these together and leave the tabs free, then you can stick the tabs either side and it will keep it upright. Again, place that down on there, give that a minute to dry, and now slot both of them through. So again, you just might need to open that up a little bit more, slot these through like so, and then split them open or split them apart like so. So add a little glue each side, and this will just keep them more upright when the card pops open. Okay, so I'm going to cut another two, and you'll see it will line up perfectly with that folded piece there, so they all do fit. So I'm just going to cut two more and repeat that on the back. Okay, so they're all in, so I'm just going to again leave that to dry. Go back to this piece here, and now I just want to add a bit of shape. It's just going to help bring everything together. And then again, add my glue down this side, and just hold that there until that's secure. So if you want, you can now attach this to this piece. However, I think it reduces the visibility of being able to line this piece up, because this has to go inside. So I always like to add this piece and then we put this piece on top. But if you like to do it the other way, then you can do that. So I'm going to add my glue to each side. And you want to make sure that you get it right in the middle. So I'm just going to, you pop that in your hand, a bit like a taco, and then bring this down so it's roughly in the middle. If you use a liquid glue, then you've got that wiggle time. Okay, and you want to make sure it's just kind of just a smidge over 1 inch. So you can see there, just a little bit over 1 inch, and then again on this side here, it's just that little bit over 1 inch. That's the middle. Once you've got it there, bring this up and just hold that all in place. The whole thing is going to fold up like this, and just give it, once it's kind of secure, just give it a good burnish, really embed those folds. I'm just going to fold it back that way as well. Okay, next you want to take this one and just fold that all up for the minute and slide this down, and you want to make sure that each of the slots, goes through the front and the back, like so. Now when that's flat, it will pull this out, and then this will be attached, which we'll do in a moment. But again, this is a good way to do a bit of a test. The whole thing, pull that up there and that one up there. You can see when you get your pop up, so it looks like a hat. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to add it onto this piece yet, we'll see. And then you can build up your scene and everything on top of it. So it does all come together, and when you've got it bang on, can you see you've got no gaps here? If you're slightly off to one side, you'll find you'll have a gap, and it will buckle all around one side. If you get that perfectly lined up each side, it will all fit really nicely. So I'm just going to pop that back out because I need to be able to get under here, and just open up your tabs and add your glue, and then just fold each of those. Again, make sure they're straight as well, because you can quite easily get them a bit wonky. I could leave them to completely dry because a lot of pressure's on those, because obviously they pull everything out. So if you're happy they are secure, again, just bring that all down and make sure, you know, it's all attached nicely there, which it is. And then next, you want to add your glue to these sides here. So you need to make sure you got everything where it needs to be at this point, because once you connect this, that's it, you can't go into it anymore. And now you want to keep this pinched together and bring this up, and they will just find their home and where they need to go. And then I always like to lie it down, and if you've got like a T-squared ruler, or you're using your mat, just make sure that it's nice and straight. So like this is running, and you've got a nice right angle here, because you'd be surprised it's quite easy to have this piece folding, you know, off to one direction. So leave all that again. Okay, once you're happy it's all secure, you should be able to push it down and it all clips into place. And then these you probably just have to move around a little bit. Once the decoration's on, they'll be more upright. And there you've got your platform now all ready to decorate. So, you know, if you've got an envelope size that you want this to fit in, or a box envelope, these I think are great in a 6x8 envelope, because then you've got that height so you can build up here. But if you want to keep it within a 6x6, just keep your ruler there. You'll see the top of it is that size, so don't go any higher than that. A lot of your kind of decoration goes inside the card, so you're not losing anything, because you can see, you know, you've got all of this that will then reveal itself. So it's up to you. I'm gonna try and keep it within 6 inches, but if not, I know I can make a box and an envelope bigger. In typical Sam style, I'm changing it as I go. So I've decided to get rid of the white and keep the green. I'm going to keep it as a card. So this is the card itself. This will go in the envelope like it is. I think that looks so much better. I'm going to now stamp. Before I stick that down, I want to stamp some of the seaweed designs here, just all around the edges here. Completely optional. And then for my sentiment, I'm going to take this one here, which I've cut from the papers, Take Me to the Ocean. I'm going to attach it to acetate, probably make that a bit thinner. Let's just shrink that down. And you can see what I've done actually, because I've not showed you yet. Oh, that's all my decoration. We're going to have the sentiment popping up like so. I think that's really fun. It does make it bigger. It's now going to go in a 6x8 box envelope, which I have on my Mixed Up Craft channel. Originally, the height up to there is 6 inches, so it would have fit, but now, yeah. Said change it up as you go. So let's stamp this first. Again, you know, there's elements that you would probably want to do before you put it all together, like the stamping I'm about to do now, but you can still do this as long as I'm just going to attach it right up to the edge there. I just want to get little bits in. It doesn't have to be all even and equal. I'm going to use ocean blue colour paper just to go under there. So I'm just going to space this one out, and then I'll go in and fill the space with the others. that one off, do another one. Let's do this one here. With this one I'm going to go to the edge that way. I can get, there we go. It does add some interest to it. It looks really nice. So there you go, you can see how that looks now. So it's completely optional, but it does add a bit more interest. I really like it. So now I'm going to just pop that all down. Again, always check it will all fold flat. And now I'm going to add my glue. And then sit this in the middle. And when this dries, you want it to dry open. If you let it dry when it's folded, it's going to struggle to open. So just wrap that around. And now I'm just going to bring that all down so I know it's in the middle. It will pop up nicely. The stitch detail gets covered when you use this one, but you can also stick this right onto the scallop one. You don't have to slot it through, and I've showed that in other tutorials. So the playlist for this mechanism, I will share that as well. But you want to leave that now. So whilst that's drying, I'm going to just now add my sentiment. So there's the finished card. So that's how it will look when it's in the envelope. You've got all your space on the back there to be able to write your message. Mine's coming in at about 7.5, I think. Yeah, so it's going to fit in my 6x8 box envelopes. Like I said, I will share those. And then it's really easy. Just slide it down and it will all pop into place like so. Very, very fun style. Like I said, I've done lots of different cards using this mechanism. So it's perfect for many, many themes. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial from me today for the Craft Stash End of Summer Hop. Like I said, all of this product is heavily discounted and you'll be able to find it all in the description box below, along with all of the other participants in the hop. So you'll see an arrow next to me which says you are here. You want to then click on the person below if you're just starting the hop here, and just work your way all the way through. They will have the details then below their video, and they will encourage you to scroll down and click on the next video there. If you've just found me through this hop today, thank you for joining me and thank you for staying to the end. If you could give me a like, it really does help out the channel, and also subscribe. That way you'll get to see lots of my future tutorials, and I have heaps of playlists on my channel already with lots of other card inspiration, and you can also find me over on Mixed Up Craft. But if you're following this hop, you're going to hear me say all this again later anyway. So thank you as always. Check out all of the products. Remember, VIPs, you get your extra discount on top as well. The offers are only valid until a certain time, so make sure you grab them quickly. At these prices they're probably going to go. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the videos, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.